Welcome back. We are hanging out with Siena of Schoolhouse Safari and Stephen of the Beetle Experience, and we are getting ready for Insect Day this weekend over at the Science Museum. So let's talk about that first. What do people at home need to know?
Well, it's going to be from 11 to 4.
Okay.
Doors for the museum open at 10, so we'll be setting up, we'll be running around at that point, but we'll start at 11, and it goes all the way to 4. There's no extra cost to get in, it's just the price of the museum admission.
Okay.
And we're going to have tons of stuff.
You guys always bring such a fun variety of insects and animals here. And Siena, you're going to be there as well.
Yes, I'll be there, and we're going to have a few special appearances from the ambassadors at Schoolhouse Safari. I think Professor Pancakes and Hodor have both been requested, so we'll be walking around, but we'll also be helping Stephen show off a lot of his bugs because he's going to have a lot, and then we're having a ton of guests come from all over the state.
Nice. I love that we kind of have a day that we're celebrating the insects because they're really cool to learn about. Why do you think it's so important that we educate the community about these really cool bugs?
They kind of run the world. And they're always kind of misunderstood. Mm-hmm. So, we usually tend to spray them or squash them instead of learn about them. But they're the gears that keep everything running in nature.
I think that's awesome that we have a day kind of dedicated to learn about them and their role in nature. And so we have about, I want to say 30 seconds. Let's run down, who do we have? Because we're going to learn about them coming up in our next segment. So who is this guy?
So this is called a Big Ben scorpion from Texas.
Does he have a name? Did you name him yet?
No. I have a couple of them, so
I understand that. Now, this guy might be hard to see. Does this one have a name?
No, these ones,
they don't have a name?
These two do.
Oh, can we name him too?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna think about that. Now, these guys have a name. This one I've heard, is this one Sylvester? Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, okay. I've heard all about Sylvester today from Sierra. Mm-hmm. And then what is this one's name?
This is Rodeo.
Rodeo, okay.
He's from Texas.
Oh, I would hope so with a name like that. My goodness. Guys, we're going to be learning about these bugs and what they do coming up. Let's check in with Michael Crowley. Welcome back. We're learning all about the bugs today. We have names. We have Twiggy, which is the stick bug, and Mr. Pinchers over here in his little tub. So let's start with Mr. Pinchers. Tell us about him.
So this is a Big Ben scorpion from Texas, and it's only found in a little section of that part of Texas and then down into Mexico.
Wow.
And it's not medically significant. If it stung you, it would be like a bee sting.
Okay. They're small.
Yeah.
Is that like the biggest that they get?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wow.
they don't get too much bigger than this.
That's pretty cool.
And they do, I don't know if you'll be able to check.
Ooh, they glow.
They glow under black light.
That's really cool. I always get so amazed whenever
crowd pleaser.
I see that. That's just the coolest thing on how they're able to do that. So they can glow in the dark. And then our next friend, Twiggy, I can barely see her. Mm-hmm. So she, I guess her skill is camouflage.
Camouflage.
Tell us about her.
Well, so she's actually the longest insect in North America.
Really?
And their only defense is to look like a stick.
I mean,
they can't bite or spray or fly or sting or anything. They just.
I feel like she does a pretty good job. If she's running from someone, just stick mode.
Let's see if she'll move a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, don't fall, Twiggy. She is so strong. She did it a lot more gracefully than I thought. What's her purpose in nature?
Well, there's a lot of phasmids. They're called phasmids or stick bugs. But we don't see them most of the time.
Yeah.
They stay, these ones especially, stay way up high in the trees. We do have a smaller species that we see a lot more often close to the ground.
Uh-huh.
And those kind of have a defense like a stink bug, so they can spray.
But I love her right now. She's I don't know. Twiggy's wild pride over here. I don't know what's Twiggy girl. My gosh, let's talk about Sylvester right here.
So Sylvester, sorry, Twiggy is cracking me up too. Sylvester is an African Goliath beetle.
Okay.
He's one of our favorites, mainly because he goes through stages of life just like a butterfly. He starts off as a grub, and he makes himself this
He
dirt
has this
cocoon.
really pretty color too. And we have like 15 seconds. I want to talk about rodeo over here, Mr. Texas.
He's a Texas brown, so he'd be found in Texas, maybe even here in Louisiana.
Oh no.
And pretty friendly, about as bad as a bee sting, but main defense is that they use their back legs to shoot hairs off their booty.
Oh my gosh! I learned something new today about the tarantula. Guys, if you want to come meet these bugs and learn all about them in person, head to Insect Day over at the Science Museum. Hang out with Stephen and Siena. You're not going to regret it. You're going to learn something new. Details on KLAF.com. We'll be right back. All right, Michael, thank you. You have a new friend, Rodeo wants to do. Okay, bye, Michael.
Bye.
If you want something to do this weekend, go to the Science Museum, hang out with Siena and Stephen. Details, KLAF.com. We'll be right back. News 15 at noon continues after this.